I have a senior advocate of Nigeria joining us from our Abuja studio, Mr. Festus Keyamo. Thank you so much, senior advocate, for joining us tonight on the program. Where do we begin from? Some of these revelations, or perhaps you give us a holistic view of what you perceive to have happened in all of this saga.
Well, thank you. To get a clear perspective on this issue, I think we need to get the facts correctly. If we don't get the facts correctly, we cannot correctly comment on the issues. The Attorney General of the Federation, based on a letter written to him by Abdul Rashid Maina sometime last year or early this year, he now wrote 3 different letters to the Federal Civil Service Commission, impressing it upon them that he had in his possession a judgment given to him, submitted to him by Abdul Rashid Maina, that he had been cleared of certain allegations by a court of law, that a warrant of arrest issued against him had been quashed by a court of law, and then pressuring the Attorney General to therefore reabsorb, to direct that he should be reabsorbed into the civil service. Based on that letter, the Attorney General wrote 3 different letters to the Federal Civil Service Commission, one in April, I guess, one in January, another one in February this year, and another one in April this year, directing, not advising, I use that word advisedly, directing the Federal Civil Service Commission to give effect to the judgments of the Federal High Court to reabsorb him into service. Based on that, the Federal Civil Service wrote to the Office of the Head of Service, conveying the letter of the Attorney General to the Office of the Head of Service. The Office of the Head of Service, in turn, wrote to the Ministry of Interior, conveying the letter to the Ministry of Interior. Now, a certain committee called the Senior Civil Servants Committee also, met. Now, I don't know what that committee is all about in the Ministry of Interior. Senior Service Committee or Senior Service of People Committee met and then wrote back to the Head of Service, telling the Head of Service that they have looked into the matter and they have decided to recall him. Now, the Head of Service, in turn, now wrote to the Federal Civil Service Commission, conveying the decision of this committee to the Federal Civil Service Commission. And the Federal Civil Service Commission, based on all of this, now met, I think on August 14th, and now decided to recall Maina into office. After recalling him into office, they now said he should even sit for promotional exams, in that letter recalling him to service. And then they now also informed the Office of the Head of Service again that this is the action they have taken. Now, this is where the problem begins. Now, the Attorney General of the Federation, with respect, he's my learned brother Silk, and he's been, he's doing well in office. But I think he did, he exercised some indiscretion in this matter. He did not do well in this matter because the whole problem started from his office. The first thing is that why did he write 3 letters as if he was under pressure to the Federal Civil Service Commission that he received in his possession a judgment of a Federal High Court, telling him that the warrant of arrest had been quashed. Now, that judgment in question was given by Justice Bello before he retired of the Federal High Court. The judgment was a judgment that was given in respect of a fundamental rights application that Maina filed against the Senate committee and the Senate itself and all that, that issued a warrant of arrest against him. So he now went to court challenging the warrant of arrest that the Senate issued against him. That's all he did. At that point, the EFCC had also declared him wanted, way back in 2013. The EFCC had declared him, that was the main issue against Maina. It was not the Senate committee. The Senate committee has no powers to convict anybody. So the Senate committee was just doing a public hearing, and the Senate committee issue was not the core of the issue against Maina. The core of the issue against Maina, there was that the criminal allegation was pending against him at the EFCC. Now, once he got this letter, he got this judgment, I don't know why the Attorney General did not exercise his discretion correctly, because all he should have done was to tell Maina to say, look, you have a matter before the EFCC. Go to the EFCC and answer the allegations against you in the EFCC. Even in the judgment that Justice Bello gave, Justice Bello did not absolve Maina of any crime he committed. Justice Bello only faulted the procedure by which the Senate recalled him. And so all he needed to do, in fact, in the judgment, Justice Bello said, I advise you to appear before the Senate voluntarily. The judgment faulted the process, but the judge said, appear before the Senate voluntarily because you are a responsible Nigerian. Therefore, to give effect to that judgment, the Attorney General should have said, look, go and appear before these bodies first. First before the Senate Committee, clear yourself, and then before the EFCC. And then, as the Attorney General, as the head of all of these security agencies, the EFCC is under the Attorney General's office. All he needed to do was to simply write a letter to the EFCC. This man is asking to be recalled. Can I know the status of that case that he has under you there before I take action on this matter? Why was the Attorney General in such a hurry to give effect to a judgment of a court? Secondly, and if he had done that, the EFCC would have told him that, look, he is wanted here for certain criminal allegations. Secondly, why was the Attorney General directing the Federal Civil Service Commission? He has no powers to direct anybody. This is the mistake all of us make in this country. Several agencies make this mistakes. They overrate their powers. The Senate committees, they do that all the time. They write to all kinds of people to come before them, even without their sitting formally, committees to come and explain certain things going on in MDAs, taking over executive functions. The Attorney General has no powers to direct anybody in any ministry, not in the Ministry of Justice. All the Attorney General can do is to give his advice on legal issues brought to him by other ministries. But we have attorneys general in this country writing to various ministries, telling them that he is directing. That's what he cannot direct anybody. Now, when the chips are down, you can see that he ran away from the issue that he was the one that directed his recall. Technically, the Attorney General is correct. He did not direct that he should be recalled. He only directed that he should give effect to the judgment of the court. But that's like splitting hairs, because if you give effect to the judgment, you are actually giving effect that he should be recalled.
Okay.